Could George Pickens be the future WR1 in Las Vegas? Could Amari Cooper return to the silver and black? And will the Raiders address their linebacker needs to strengthen the defense? Let's dive into it. First, let's talk about George Pickens. You might be wondering why his name has come up out of nowhere. Recently, Pickens posted something on his Instagram story, sparking rumors and speculation among fans. Many Raiders supporters started connecting the dots and suggesting the team should trade for him. After all, the Raiders do need a wide receiver to solidify their offense, a player who could complement Jakobi Meyers and Trey Tucker. So far, the team hasn't addressed the wide receiver position in free agency. But should they trade for George Pickens? In my opinion, the answer is no. It's not because I doubt his talent. Pickens is a dynamic wide receiver with the skills to dominate and even potentially become a top 10 player in the league. However, the concern lies in his off-the-field issues. While some might argue that a disciplined environment with strong leadership could set him straight, it's important to note that he's already been under the guidance of a coach like Mike Tomlin, someone who is known for running a tight ship. If Tomlin hasn't been able to get the best out of Pickens consistently, can the Raiders realistically expect a different outcome? The Raiders' history with trading for former Steelers wide receivers doesn't inspire much confidence either. Remember Martavis Bryant? He didn't make much of an impact. And who could forget Antonio Brown? What seemed like a steal, a third and fifth round pick, quickly turned into a disaster, as he never even played a single snap for the team. These past experiences make it hard to justify taking another chance on a player like Pickens, especially considering his inconsistency and off-field concerns. There's no denying Pickens' incredible ball skills and big play potential. However, his overall production has been underwhelming, managing only around 900 yards and 3 touchdowns during his time with the Steelers. For a team like the Raiders, who are trying to steer clear of unnecessary drama and distractions, trading for Pickens seems like an unnecessary risk. George Pickens' off-field controversies have generated plenty of trade rumors across the media. While adding a wide receiver with Pickens' explosive talent could elevate the Raiders' offense, especially if acquired at a low cost, his maturity and consistency remain significant concerns. For a team like the Raiders, finding someone who fits seamlessly alongside Jakobi Meyers and Trey Tucker is crucial. While Pickens offers intriguing upside, his current production and behavioral issues make him more of a risky developmental prospect, rather than an immediate upgrade. As I mentioned earlier, this isn't a knock on Pickens' talent, but I believe the Raiders should explore other directions for addressing the wide receiver position. The team could look to free agency, where experienced veterans are still available, or turn to the draft, selecting a high-potential player in the early rounds or a solid option later in the draft. Raider Nation, what are your thoughts? Would you take the gamble and trade for George Pickens? If so, what price would you consider fair? Let me know your thoughts. Now, shifting focus to another wide receiver, one with a past connection to the Raiders, let's talk about Amari Cooper. Although he played for the Raiders back in Oakland, not Las Vegas, his name has resurfaced in recent rumors. According to reports, both the Raiders and Cowboys have been linked to Cooper. Given the Raiders' need for more depth in their wide receiver room, Cooper could be an option worth considering. NFL analyst Bill Barnwell from ESPN recently suggested Amari Cooper as a great fit for Las Vegas this offseason. Despite spending the 2023 season with the Cleveland Browns, where he recorded over 1,250 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns, and earned a Pro Bowl nod, Cooper is now a free agent. Barnwell even pointed out that Cooper might secure a deal similar to DeAndre Hopkins, a 1-year contract worth around $5 million. At that price, bringing Cooper back to the silver and black feels like a no-brainer. Cooper has always been a player I admired, and it's hard not to think about what could have been if he'd stayed with the Raiders. After being traded for a first-round pick, he went on to play for Dallas, Cleveland, and a few other teams. Yet the idea of a reunion feels exciting, similar to how I wanted Khalil Mack back in the silver and black. Cooper still has plenty left in the tank and could provide the consistency and experience the Raiders need to bolster their offense. The Raiders have a clear need at the wide receiver position, and bringing Amari Cooper back could provide much-needed veteran depth. With the right quarterback in place to get him the ball, Cooper could make a significant impact on the offense. Imagine a wide receiver group featuring Amari Cooper, Jakobi Meyers, and Trey Tucker, paired with a promising young talent from the draft. Add to that a strong tight end presence with players like Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer, assuming Mayer isn't traded. and the offense has the potential to be highly competitive. Addressing the running back position would further solidify this unit, making the Raiders' offense a real threat this season. Bringing Cooper back to the silver and black wouldn't just add skill, it would bring experience and leadership to the team. As a mentor and a consistent, reliable target, Cooper could help elevate the offense while still being productive on the field. If given the choice between Cooper, George Pickens, Tyler Lockett, or Keenan Allen, I'd choose Amari Cooper every time. Of course, the final decision comes down to the cost, but Cooper offers familiarity, talent, and a sense of unfinished business with the Raiders. What do you think, Raider Nation? Would you welcome Amari Cooper back to Las Vegas, or do you think it's time to look elsewhere for a new wide receiver? Share your thoughts on whether Cooper is the right fit or if the team should pursue other options. The Raiders may also have the flexibility to bring in a player like Cooper thanks to their improved cap space. According to reports, the team recently restructured defensive tackle Christian Wilkins' contract, freeing up about $15 million in additional cap space for the 2025 offseason. The Raiders now have approximately $59.6 million in available cap space, which gives them room to make moves. There's also been speculation about Geno Smith and his contract situation. While there have been delays and rumors regarding his physical and contract signing, the expectation is that the Raiders will give him an extension. Reports suggest the extension could be worth $40 to $45 million, though that number feels steep to me. It's possible that the cap space adjustments are being made with this extension in mind, which might explain the team's frugal approach to free agency so far. Regardless, there are still holes to fill on both sides of the ball. Whether the Raiders decide to use their cap space on a wide receiver like Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen, or Tyler Lockett, or address defensive needs with players like Asante Samuel Jr., they'll need to make strategic decisions to improve the team. Time will tell how they choose to spend their resources, but Raider Nation, the offseason moves could set the stage for the team's success this year. The Raiders recently made a notable move by signing former Patriots linebacker Christian Elliss. According to reports, the team extended an offer sheet to the 26-year-old restricted free agent who had previously received a one-year $3.3 million tender from the Patriots. It appears that New England is declining to match the offer, officially making Elliss a Raider. While Elliss may not be a household name, this signing adds valuable depth to the Raiders' linebacker group, a position that has been in need of reinforcement. During his time with the Patriots, Elliss demonstrated his versatility, contributing both as a rotational linebacker and a key player on special teams. In the 2024 season, he recorded 80 tackles, 1.5 sacks, an interception, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. Though he's not considered a star, Elliss has the potential to become a reliable presence on defense, especially in a system that plays to his strengths. This move shows that the Raiders are committed to addressing their defensive needs. While Elliss may not carry significant expectations, he could turn out to be a pleasant surprise, an under-the-radar addition who provides steady production on the field. However, the linebacker position still requires further attention, and the Raiders may need to target this area more aggressively in the upcoming NFL draft if no additional signings are made. With the NFL draft approaching, it will be interesting to see how the Raiders continue to build their roster. Raider Nation, are there any players you'd like to see the team pursue, either in free agency or the draft? Share your thoughts on who could make a difference for this team moving forward.